What's going on, everybody? My name is NoVaVisionsx, and today we are doing a Year 9 Season 3 Operator tier list. This is after the Blackbeard rework. So there's two reasons you might be watching this video. One, you just kind of want to see where I stand and you're going to agree or disagree with me in the comments. Or two, you haven't played the game in a little bit and you kind of want to know his meta. This list should help. So I don't care why you're here, but I would appreciate it if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below. Let me know how you feel. Starting off with Ace. Ace is good. I wouldn't say Ace is meta, but I wouldn't say Ace is like not close to meta, because Ace is a very good operator and I'd like to have one on my team pretty much all the time. Arguably the best hard reach in the game. Between him and Thermite, they're both really good, but yeah, Ace is just solid, good gun. Amaru, situationally, Amaru is okay. And that's very rare, but a good Amaru is kind of like having a good Ashe. They're just kind of going to go through and swipe through everything, but ability-wise, she's just kind of, it's just not a great, it's a fun ability, but it's not a great ability. Alibi. I like Alibi myself, but I can recognize that her ability isn't great. Her gun is solid. She's just not very good. Then we go on to Aruni. Aruni. Mid. Mid, aka solid. Aruni is solid. She isn't like... She's a solid operator. Not a lot to say about her. Decent gun. Decent ability. She's alright. Ashe. I gotta give Ashe good. Gotta love the R4C. Good breaching ability, really fast. Just a good operator. It's a good operator to have on your team if you have a good player playing her. Now, if you have some guy who's R-Stuck Gold, thinks he's the best fragger on the squad, and then he goes and dies every round with Ashe, I can see why she would have a bad rep. But for the most part, people who play Ashe, pretty good with her. Azami has to stay A tier. I mean, which, good tier. A tier, good tier. She's still really good. I don't know if I'd argue meta. I don't see her as much anymore. But she's borderline meta. I almost want to put her there. We're going to leave her good for now, because meta is just like, what's broken here and now. You know what? I kind of have to. She's so good. Azami has to stay in meta. Bandit, however, good. Gotta have that hard breach denial. Bandit's really good for it. You have a bandit that's good at bandit tricking, even better. But not broken. Just a really good operator. The biggest jump in tier list history. This guy literally was worst of the worst. Worst operator in the game last season. Then they rework him. If you don't have a Blackbeard on your team, you are trying to lose. That is how good that character is now. He is the most broken character I've seen in a long time, and you better use him now, because he's going to be banned once he can be banned. Don't ever expect him not to be. He is broken. And we live in a shield meta where shields are meta, so Blitz is similar, just he can blind. His shield works pretty much the same as Blackbeard's, other than Blackbeard can have a shield in front of him and put it down, put his AR over it, and shoot you. Shields are meta, unfortunately. Where do I want to put Brava? I think Brava's meta. I mean, having that ability to take cameras, gadgets, it's just really nice to have. She's a very good operator. I'd argue that she's meta still. Buck and Ashe are both good. They're not broken. They are not meta. They are good operators. Buck is probably the most heavily glazed operator in this game, and I don't get why. He is a good operator. He has a good gun, but at the end of the day, His ability is a shotgun. Don't get me wrong, it's nice for rotates. You can break open the floor, you can play underneath, but like he's not like God's gift to Rainbow Six Siege. He is so overglazed, it is crazy. But he is good. Capitao, solid character. He's also kind of mid. Kind of a mid character. But he's solid. I wouldn't hate having one on my team, but I'm not like choosing him over most of the people on this list. Castle. I guess you can argue Castle's good. I don't play Castle myself often, but he's a good character. Nice to have on your team if you have a good Castle. Bad Castles? Mm-mm. Get him gone. I hate being trapped in sight with a bad Castle. Cav. She's okay. She's situationally really good. If you have a really good Cav, which happens once in a blue moon, good to have around. Interrogations are a good thing. But she is not meta. She's not broken. Situationally, she's alright. And I like Cav. But I'm speaking the truth. No bias here. Clash. She only gets a good because she counters all these lovely things up here. The shields. She's really good for that. I'd almost argue meta, but I just don't think she's that good. But I'll give her good. She's, as I said, she's kind of a counter. She's not terrible to have around. I mean, Deimos. Probably one of the most mid operators in the game. You already know what Deimos does, and if you don't, he just puts you in a 1v1 where you're constantly marked and he's marked semi-occasionally, and he has a revolver. He's mid. He's not that great. Doc is awesome, but I wouldn't argue broken. Oh, he is kind of broken though, because he has an ACOG. Okay. Purely because of the ACOG, I mean, obviously the healing ability is nice, but the ACOG makes him so nice. He's such a good character. Doki Doki. Been broken. Stays broken. Always broken. Has arguably the two best guns in the game. Can call you. Always giving you sound cues. Steals your cameras. Such a broken character. Echo. I almost want to give him meta because of the ACOG, but his ability is a little bit more counterable. Unlike Doc, you can't take away his stims unless you kill him, whereas you destroy his cameras. I mean, then you just basically just have a guy with an ACOG. At least Doc and Rook bring something to the table. So we're gonna give him good. I don't think he's meta, but he is good. Ella. She's okay. There is a million other sound cues I think I'd rather have than Ella. Half the time I get blinded by the Ella mind myself. She's okay occasionally. Not huge on Ella, but I don't think she's trash. Finir. He's still very good, but he's not meta after his ability became breakable by like Twitch drones. He was one of the best in the... Yeah, I still think he's really good, don't get me wrong. This is not in a specific order up top, by the way. I'm just putting them in there, but he is not as broken as he was. He is solid, but he's not broken. Bingo. Since she is the only healer on attack, universal healing, nice guns, good to have around, she has to be good. I mean, there's so many things that you can counter with if you just pop a stim with her. Like, she's a very good character. Not meta, but very good. Flores, I'd argue mid. So he's okay. I like Flores a lot, but I don't think he's broken. I don't think he's good. But he can destroy a lot of crap, which I value. You know, get rid of that barbed wire and stuff. But like, the amount of people I see play Flores and they're just like, I'm gonna chase you around with the Flores drone. 9 times out of 10, you're not killing him with it. I'd argue 10 out of 10, but occasionally you'll find someone who just doesn't know what's going on and just kind of accepts their fate, I guess. But like, Flores is just he's a mid character. Frost. When it comes to traps, there's a lot of other traps that I'm giving her okay. Most of the time, you aren't going to step in a Frost mat. I'm not saying you don't ever. I did literally yesterday while I was playing. But there is so many other trap characters I'd rather have that aren't her. She's okay. I don't hate having Frost on my team, but I don't love it. She's an alright character. Fuze, overhated. He's very good, especially if you play him correctly. He has the AK, arguably one of the best guns in the game. Has a really good ability, especially if you plant the bomb, go above with him. They can't defuse. you hold so much power if you're playing Fuze, unless you're playing hostage. Then Fuze is, don't touch him. Glaz is solid. Purely because smoke grenades, he just gets the utmost advantage on you. But you have to go into smoke grenades for that to happen. That's why he's mid. But yeah, Glaz can stay there. Goyo. Especially good right now, considering everyone's playing shields. What a time to be alive. Just pop his Goyos and pray that they don't run in. That's pretty much the best thing you can do him. Also, really good gun with an ACOG, so. Girthy Gargantuan, the Gridlock. She's mid, but she's like borderline good. She's good with like certain rushes and pushes, but I don't think her ability's broken necessarily. It's solid. Grim, it's okay. As I said, there's other characters I'd rather have with tracking, like Jackal. That's the easiest one to mention. Grim is solid. He's okay occasionally. But more times than not, he's like, there's nothing that he brings that makes him so good that he's a necessity, I guess. Havana. Now, if this was a 6 tier, he'd be B tier. But I did a 5 tier for a reason. I wanted it to be a little bit more cut and dry to the point. Habana is very good for hatches. If you're going for a wall, you go grab Ace, you go grab Thermite. If you want to open up a whole bunch of different stuff, Habana is very good. But that isn't always the case, and I'd rather someone bring Ace or Thermite to the table than Habana. Because at the same time, people like Buck have hard breach, and they go open up hatches. So, like, Ayana, also a solid character, but not to the point where I'd say she's good. I mean, the only thing, she brings unlimited cameras to the table, but I don't think she's necessarily broken, because at the same time, everyone has 2 drones, so it's like, oh. IQ, I think IQ is actually pretty decent, especially when it comes to, you're just soulless on attack. you get to see people. I mean, you get to see gadgets. You get to see like pulse. You get to see vigil. Like, she's very solid, but she's also she's not broken. I wouldn't even argue she's good, but I would say she's solid. She's mid. Jackal, arguably one of the best classes in the game. Good ability. He's just an overall good character. You see him banned every single rank game you're in, probably. For the most part, I do, anyways. He's a good character. Jaeger is solid. Him or Wamai, I mean, some would argue Wamai's better. I think they're similar. He has a really good gun, though, so that's what keeps him in the mid. Kaid, for the same reasons as Bandit. Wall denial's huge. Actually, I'd almost argue he's a little bit worse, but I'm going to leave him up there purely because I don't think his weapons are as good. My opinion. I'm leaving him up there because some people like his weapons. I don't think they're great. Callie. I love Callie to death. But she just kind of does what Thatcher does, but like with a sniper, which most of the time is inconvenient to have. I mean, the sniper's good. Unless you're facing Doc or Rook, which is only like, what, a 99% guarantee? I don't know. I love Callie to death. She's situationally good. okay. Kapkan. He's borderline meta, but I'm gonna leave him. We are in a shield meta. No. Because the person coming next, I'd argue, is better against shields. Kapkan is very good. Everyone knows why Kapkan's good. You've played Kapkan before, I guarantee it. He's one of the first operators you get. You know that he's good. Legion, I'd argue, is one of the best counters to the shields right now. All you gotta do is get those shields to step in one goo mine. Just get them step in one goo mine, and then they're cooked. Because either they're gonna die to your goo mine, or you're gonna kill them while they try and blow up the needle. It's a win-win. Lion is very solid. I wouldn't argue he's good. There are too many things that counter him. Also, his guns are pretty good. I'm not gonna sit here and say that his gun isn't good, because it is, but he's just a solid character. Maestro, let me tell you, a good Maestro is the most annoying thing you'll ever run into. Maestro is okay, though. I don't think he's groundbreaking, but he is a solid character. Maverick is always decent to have. I'd argue good. Maverick's a good character. If you catch the defenders lacking, you make a little hole in the wall and they don't know, you are pretty much guaranteed a kill. If you do it right. I'm not saying you're always going to do it right, but if you do it right. Another good shield counter. Is there a theme to this list? Maybe. Melusi's been good. She was meta, and then they took her ACOG away, but she's still really good. Her ability is great. I miss her ACOG, but we'll leave her good. Mira, also very good. I mean, she doesn't counter shields, but everyone knows why Mira's good. You get the advantage of seeing someone coming. You get the advantage of seeing someone coming first to you, so you could shoot them with a gun. Anyways, Monty. Whoa, another shield in meta? You'd almost argue Fuze, but if you're using the shield over the AK, you're kind of weird. I'm not even going to talk about Monty. He's up here for the same reasons. He's just so good. Mozzie was probably... He's still there, okay. They gave him one more pest, but he isn't amazing. If you want the truth, he's solid, but he is not amazing. Not much to say about Mozzie. He's okay. Mute. I gotta put him good. Right now, it doesn't matter if you have a mute jammer if there is a shield running at you and bashing you into the wall. As good as mute is, really good at countering electronic things. Obviously, it counters this man, counters this man, counters this man, I believe. Oh, wait, no. She counters that man. I'm kind of goofy. Counters this man. Can counter any hard breach depending on where you put it. He's very good. But does he counter? Oh, he counters this woman. Counters this woman. But in a shield meta, I wouldn't argue he's meta currently. I still think he's a very good character. Nock is okay. There are very few characters I'd even consider trash. Like I don't even... Anyways, Nock... I like Nock's gun. Her ability isn't crazy. It's kind of bad, if you want the truth. It's kind of terrible, but purely because I like her gun, and she's viable occasionally. And her ability is... Okay, her ability is okay. It's not terrible, it's okay, but it's not groundbreaking. Nomad. She's really good because there is always going to be someone flanking. And having that safety coat of knowing that's behind you while someone's flanking is just... It's good to have around. Nomad is definitely a good character. Oryx. Well, typically wouldn't be that high up. But you see a trend here. You know what his ability is? He might be able to knock down, I don't know, said shield characters and kill them. So yes, he's very good right now because of the meta we're in, which is cringe. Osa, mid. She's solid, she's okay. I like her guns. Her ability is just, it's so easy to counter. They will always counter you. There's 100% chance someone's going to throw an impact or a nitro cell at you. So it's like, it's sometimes not even worth your time to pick it down. He's very good if you want to play underneath, but like, he's also just like, I'd rather have so many other characters over him. He is a solid character. He is not a good character. He is solid. Ram is a good character. Brings the same gun to the table, has a really good ability, gives you vert. I'd almost argue, I would argue, she is the best vert operator in the game. You can get above them, open up the ceiling, and shoot them. Ram is meta. Argue with the wall. Well, Rook would be up here for the same purposes as Doc. Giving these lovely roamers like him extra health so he can go take care of the shields, not a bad idea. So yeah, Rook, I'd argue, is meta. He brings a lot to the table. So with the new update, they gave Sins the ability to turn on and off their ability. So you know what that means? Bang, still terrible. Not a good character. Moving on. Oh, is this Striker or is this Sentry? Yeah, honestly, they both go in the same spot, so they're both going to go in the same spot. They're okay. Sledge. As much as I like playing Sledge, he's not good. Unless they have a soft wall, what's he going to do? I mean, he's just not good. I'd almost argue he's trash, but I can't do it to my boy. Wow, a shield counter? Wow. I wonder where he's going to go. No, Smoke is a good shield counter. He's going to be in it. He's in A tier. He has SMG 12. He has SMG 11. He has a shotgun. He has the smokes. He's a solid character. Solus used to be better. He's okay. Give her an ACOG or something, and I'll love her a little bit more. Tachanka is not that bad in my mind. Has a good gun with an ACOG. Can put down flames to stop shields. Granted, not a lot of damage, but it still can do something. And barbed wire. So he brings two things to the table that can kind of slow down shields. So therefore, I'm arguing that he is okay. Thatcher. I mean, he's the guy that gets rid of all the crap so you can blow up the wall. He kind of has to be good. Thermite. He's the guy that blows up the wall after this guy gets rid of the stuff on the wall so you can get in. Also has a really good gun. Thermite's great. Shield counter. Would I argue she's kind of good right now? She's actually a really good shield counter, so yes. Thorn is going to go in good. For current shield meta. Thunderbird, however, they can stay there. Thunderbird? Her change was great. So now, if you didn't know, you step on her little canister thingy. It stims you for 20 like it did, but over time you gradually get all your health back. So it's like having a dock stim, but over time, which I'd argue is still just as important. And there's 3 of them. You don't even have to get manually shot. So technically there's like so many heals that you get out. Thunderbird is like so good now. Tubero. I mean, pair him up with any of these people. Tubero is just a good character to have around. Has solid guns. Has a nitro cell. Tubero is a very solid character. Can slow down shields. Twitch. Twitch is always a good character. Good gun, if you can use it. Good ability. Very solid character. Valkyrie is also good. There's a lot of good characters. You got a lot to choose from. You take anything away from this video, just look at the characters up top here. These are the people you need to be playing. Vigil. I mean, Bashi and SMG 12. That right there makes him good. Doesn't do a lot against shields, so it almost makes me want to drop him. But just how good his weapons are, how good. He's just a really good character. It's hard not to give him good, even though he's not super meta against shields right now. Well, was once a meta character. took away his ACOG and his player base went. He was really good though. I really liked Y9. Warden. Love Warden to death, but he is only good if they bring flashbangs or if you're good with SMG-12. So he's gonna get mid, but I'd argue he's high mid. He's high middle class. Ying stays good. Zero is a very good character. It's a better version of Twitch. He has more cameras than he had before. He was already meta last time I did a tier list, and then they gave him more cameras. He is meta. He is very good. Zofia, she's so booty. I ain't even gonna lie. She's only fun to play occasionally if I want to use her LMG where I can shoot stupid amount of bullets, but she is not good. Her ability is bad. And then Scopos. Solid character. Not amazing. Not bad though. Very solid. So here's the list. Take your time to look at that. Collect your thoughts. Tell me what you think down below. But yeah, as I said, take anything away from this video. Look at meta. Look at good. Those are the characters you need to be playing. And if you don't have most of these for whatever reason, you can look at mid. There's some options in there that wouldn't be terrible. Like, there's a lot of decent characters in mid that, like, if you like them, I don't blame you. Because characters I like, 2 of them are literally in, they're okay. So, but yeah, that's the new season tier list. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know how you feel down below. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.